Hi, I'm Adam Kurtz, founding partner of New York Herbal Fusion with my business partner over there, Brian Pavelski. As you are aware, New York State is going to offer 5 licenses for a state that covers 55,000 square miles and almost 20 million people. Next. Our target market is the Hudson Valley, which has a population of around 2.3 million people. We anticipate a potential patient base of 10 to 16,000 individuals. Once fully operational, our anticipated sales are around 15 million per year, producing 225,000 grams of CBD and THC oil. We're seeking $400,000 in our first round investment at a 61% rate of return. This should be worth about $1.6 million in 3 years if we hit all of our assumptions. The proceeds would be used as follows. The license fee costs $200,000, and that's good for 2 years. That would be refundable to the investor if we got a no from the state. Consulting fee, $50,000. Engineering, $50,000. Legal and lobbying are going to cost $70,000. And real estate holdings are going to be an additional $30,000. Once we win a license, we'll need an additional $6.5 million to secure our 41,000 square foot cultivation and processing facility and 4 dispensaries. We're going to offer that through secured preferred stock offering. This is the cultivation site. I'll just say it's in Orange County, New York, about an hour and a half from here. We expect the value of the second round investment to be around $18 million by the end of year 3 of operation. We are in talks with a couple of consulting groups in the company that are working on 2 U.S. patent technologies, one being water-soluble THC. This solves the problem of uniform distribution in infused products such as edibles and candies. The second patent is the conversion of simple hemp CBD to 99.9% THC. This would allow for cultivation of simple hemp plant to be converted into a variety of THC cannabinoids. If we're able to get this agreement, we would be the only company in New York State to offer it. What sets New York Herbal Fusion apart? We've worked hard for the last 6 months. We have initial approval of our cultivation facility from local town supervisor and planning board. We have a labor peace agreement ready to be signed with a UFCW pharmacist union. Our team has strong ties to New York State through agriculture sector, and we're working on establishing a hemp pilot program. We're meeting on Friday with a Cornell Cooperative Extension to discuss those plans. And our consulting group based in California has over 20 years experience and the established genetic strains that the state is requiring. So let's help New York Herbal Fusion bring the medicine to the patients of New York. Thank you.
Okay.
Any questions? Quick questions for Adam?
Can you talk a little bit more about the water-soluble THC?
That's, I mean, literally the past 2 weeks we've been working on this. I have to be loose with what I talk about. Would come in a crystal form. It is working with a company north of the border here, but they're in talks with, we have 2 different companies that have to merge together to be able to make that. But the water soluble would offer even distribution through the edible form.
So have they created it, or is it still in kind of R&D stage?
The patent's been out since 2012 on it, and it's my understanding that it is available. We're in the final talks to be able to have that to be able to be licensed. And literally on my way down here, the consulting group had suggested to pull that slide because they weren't 100%. But I figure it's important to express the technologies and the level that we're really trying to bring this to the state. I mean, it's all about repeatable dosing. That's what the doctors are going to want, and to be able to give that to the patients. And that's a good way to start to get there.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm sure what you could talk about this is limited as well, but I have a question about your CBD to THC conversion process that you mentioned.
Yeah, again, it's going, it's new technology for me and the group, and I have not been fully versed in it, but it's taking oil from a hemp plant, from industrial hemp, and being able to break it down into multiple components of THCA and the different properties that are associated with that through their formulations. And again, I'm not coming from a scientific background. I come from the agricultural sector. I've been growing fresh cut flowers for 27 years, 200,000 to 300,000 plants in the ground every year. Just haven't been able to grow the one plant.
I have one question.
Sure.
Advice for aspiring entrepreneurs, you know, given your experience in the space.
Do your homework. Read a lot. Every single bit of information, cross-reference it. Names that you can see parallels to, and just build a database of information. Every phone call every day can lead to new opportunities. There's a lot of dead-end roads. Don't let that discourage you. Come back and find out a different path, and that's really what's going to take to navigate this sector, especially in New York State. You have to have understanding of politics, have an understanding of the plant and all the multiple channels and facets that are involved. I mean, we are facilitators of information, connecting the dots to people that are normally not in tune to this particular plant.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Guys, quick show of hands if you learned something here today. All right, awesome. Me too. I learned a bunch. I want to thank all of you for attending and for being a part of this. I think it's really important as this movement goes forward that intelligent people in and outside of the culture are prepared to have the conversation and are even curious to have the conversation. I know there's a lot of reputational risk, and a lot of people don't want to talk about even going to a meeting like this, but please tell your friends if you learned something. Tell people outside of cannabis culture who don't know anything about it. Tell them that this is a real big thing that's bigger than just wanting to get high or anything silly like that. Not that that's silly, but a couple of really quick announcements. First of all, I want to thank our guest speakers. I want to thank the Harlem Garage again for hosting us. And I also want to announce a new event that we're launching, and the man behind that is Tim right there. You might have seen him doing all the camera stuff. He's High and Wise Media Director. We're proud to be bringing to Brooklyn in September of this year the New York City Cannabis Film Festival. We're excited to bring more of the arts side and the creative side of the movement, to the public and have people have the conversation around film, something that everyone can agree with. So if you're interested in more details, submissions, people who want to get involved, we have the website up. It's nyccff.com. Talk to Tim. Speaking of websites, a lot of you have given me compliments on the High and Y website, which thank you for checking it out. The man who built it is right there. Blake, why don't you raise your hand? So if you're interested in getting some work done, that's the man to talk to. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, all that jazz. Sign up for the mailing list, tell a friend, meetup.com/highandY, and get home safely, everyone. Thank you so much.